In this video, I'm going to tackle 8 things I learned about the infamous YouTube algorithm that keeps us watching more and more videos to satisfy our constant craving for dopamine. They feed us personalized content and track our engagement. It's a reality that algorithms have a big impact on our attention and behavior. As creators, we want our content to be seen. And there's a lot more to it than just making something good. Everything I post here is what I believe to be the ultimate truth, based on zero data other than stuff I learned about pushing out videos for the last couple of years and see them succeed or fail. I find the click-through rate to be one of the most powerful indicators for designing thumbnails and experimenting with different video titles. Any given YouTube page has valuable real estate to recommend more content to watch, and the algorithm will favor a video with a high click-through rate. If 100 people see your thumbnail in their feed and only 2 click on it, that click-through rate is 2%, which is low. This measure is available in the new analytics for each of your videos. Often, a great video will not succeed if the thumbnail or title doesn't want to make you click.
My interview with him about cutting the movie Arrival.
For example, I have a good video about editing lessons, but the initial thumbnail left viewers cold. I experimented and changed it to this. That ultimately led to the algorithm sharing the video more broadly and ending up giving me 280,000 views. Yes, celebrity, pretty faces and big eyes make an impact on the clickability of a thumbnail, but I find there's more going on. It's about creating an intriguing connection between the visual, the title and the content. I learned that thumbnail and video title need to create some suspense, some tension, something interesting, a question that requires an answer for the audience.
You know, the magnetic timeline.
This video about the trackless editing software Final Cut Pro 10 was losing steam. But once I changed the thumbnail to visually play with the idea of going off track, the click-through rate doubled, which re-triggered the algorithm and gave me over 100,000 views in the first 2 months. But it's not just about eye-catching thumbnails. Ultimately, the video title is just as important. Here, I kept the same thumbnail but tested different video titles and eventually scored. Views went from around 100 per day to far beyond 1,000 as the algorithm responded to better audience engagement and sharing the video more broadly. If the title promises something amazing but the content doesn't deliver, it's usually considered clickbait, which results in people thumbing down the video, clicking off, and the algorithm taking note, sending it to the YouTube graveyard. That's where the audience retention rate can really help identify problems with the actual content. Audience retention is an overall measure of how well your video keeps its audience. It gives you a curve that tracks the attention at any given moment and an average view duration. If the rate is low, it usually is an indication that people do not care about your video.
And that's where this average view duration comes in, and it has to be above 50 to 60% average view duration.
Despite many claiming that the goalpost of average retention should be somewhere north of 60%, I find that that is no guarantee for success. I have videos with retention rates as low as 36 go absolutely gangbusters, and videos with high retentions of 70% completely fail. But here's the trick, and this is the most important thing you should take away from my findings. You can absolutely make use of the retention rate to save a video and turn a flop into an algorithm hit.
Then we also decided it's very important to see David and Margot's faces as they interact with each other.
What's up with the FaceTime?
This is what happened to my recent video about the movie Searching. Initially, this 21-minute video tapped out at 25,000 views, which compared to similar content on my channel was very disappointing. I tried different thumbnails and titles, but the video never found traction. A look at the retention rate curve showed some weaknesses. Clearly, you can see the segments where there's a drop-off in viewer interest, and this gave me an idea for an experiment. Why not remove all the parts with low retention? I ended up cutting down the video to 15 minutes and released a new version that focused only on the parts with high retention. Boom! This new video was clearly received more positively by the audience, and that triggered the YouTube algorithm to share it more broadly. The second version came in at 130,000 views, which is a 500% increase. So, while retention in its own is no indication for failure or success, it does give you some clues to maybe rework a video that you've already slaved over and give it a second chance.
You know, we're just kind of dropping the best takes in there.
YouTube will have you believe that they don't discriminate against demonetized videos, but I truly believe that that's a half-lie. Monetization matters.